Welcome back, everybody. I'm Bob Marone for Westchester Talk Radio. We are once again live here at the Best of Westchester. Once again, we should say something that we do every year, and we're at the Glen Island Harbor Club, where the venue has been for several years for the Best of Westchester event, where the best businesses and entrepreneurs come forward and are recognized for what they do. We're, of course, produced by Shaw Creative. That is Westchester Talk Radio. It's produced by Shaw Creative and made possible by White Plains Hospital, Robeson Oil, Tompkins Mayapec Bank, Lipolis Electric, Michael Labriola Inc., and Hightower Westchester. Again, I'm Bob Marone along with Michael Blakey, and it's always nice when we can talk with the host of this event. His name is Sam Wender. He is the publisher of Westchester Magazine, the host as they've been now for a number of years. Welcome back once again.
Bob, thanks so much. Great to see you again.
Now, who do you know, or through which channel did you order this weather?
Bob, we sweat this out every year. And this year in particular, they had us back and forth, more tenting, less tenting. What's the weather going to look like? And here we are. It's another beautiful night at Glen Island Harbor Club.
It really is. And now, very early, actually, just before we came on the air and before people truly started to arrive, there was a little sun shower. And I said, "Oh no!" But then you put in the good word through whomever you work, and
I told them I know Bob.
Well, that works every time.
And Bob's not going to come out unless it's a beautiful, sunny, low humidity night.
The doors will just fly open for you. All right, let's get down to cases. How many years has this been, number one? And number two, tell people what Best of Westchester is in its essence.
Absolutely. Thank you. So this is our 20th live party.
Oh, my.
It's actually our 21st anniversary of doing Best of Westchester. Last year, unfortunately, was a virtual event. Mm-hmm. So our last live event was in July of 2019.
I remember. I was here. I ate a lot of those little hamburgers that people were giving out.
Yeah.
What is the Best of Westchester, though? Because there are a lot of people listening who hope that their business or their enterprise will be so favored.
There's two ways. As you know, we put out a monthly magazine, Westchester Magazine.
Which we'll talk about.
And in the July every year is our Best of Westchester picks. And there's two ways you can become a Best of Westchester business. Either through an editor's selection, or we start a readers poll balloting in December. So the readers vote for their favorite businesses, whether it's a nail salon, a steakhouse, a wedding venue, best local politician, whatever. So the people have a say in who they want selected as the best of business, and then the editors will also select. So in total, typically it's about 375 companies each year that are selected and honored, and then we have this party celebrating them.
How do you feel about the fact that it is endured and is so popular? I mean, I was telling you off air, and this is not the least a bit about women or attractiveness or anything lascivious, but this is an event for women in particular, but men and women, maybe 40% of them, dress up to the nines. This is like an event. This is the place to be.
Yeah, I would say that it's probably a larger percentage than 40%.
Yeah, I'm trying to be modest here.
It's it's the summer event of the year. People love coming out. It's a beautiful venue right here on the Long Island Sound. It's indoors, it's outdoors.
But Sam, they're wearing expensive dresses and outfits and suits. I mean, I just need to make that point. They're not coming in slacks and tops or jeans, and maybe some do, but they're dressed like they're going to a wedding.
Yeah. It's
the event.
It's the event. People look forward to it every year. We have a lot of repeat customers that come back year after year because they know the attention to detail that we put into having this event.
Sure.
They know they're going to eat well, they're going to drink well, And if they're up for dancing, there's a lot of dancing going on.
There is a lot of dancing. And something else that I'd like to mention, there are many, you don't have to win to be here. There are many, many booths and many proprietors and other people who are showing their wares here. It could be BMW. We've got Heineken, whom we talked with earlier, Noma Social. I mean, I can go on and on and on. If you have a business and you want roughly 2,000 people to walk by your business, this is the place to be. We'll say more about this, but I'd like to move to the magazine. And the reason is we're talking with Sam Wender. He is the publisher of Westchester Magazine, an iconic publication here in Westchester County.
Thank you.
Tell us about the mag. And I notice it, like in all media, you go in waves. You did a beautiful cover last month about some of the politicians. You spent some time about a year ago. There were a lot of food issues. What is your bread and butter? What are you covering here in Westchester County?
Everything Westchester. Obviously, the dining experience in Westchester is very big business. It's very robust. The restaurant and cuisine and types of cuisine to select from is enormous.
Mm-hmm.
So food is a very big part of what we do.
Yeah.
Real estate's a very big part of what we do. And everything, history about Westchester County. The next issue coming out September, we're doing a feature on the Kensico Dam and the history of the Kensico Dam.
I'm interested in reading that myself. I'm wondering if they'll ever return cars driving over it again.
Yeah.
Since 9/11, we haven't been able to do that.
Yeah. Well, speaking of 9/11, the next issue September as well. It's 20th
20 years,
anniversary,
Can
as
you
know.
believe that?
And we're spotlighting a couple of Westchester people that unfortunately are fortunately still with us, but have ties to the towers down.
That event.
Yeah.
What's it like to be you? I've always, I've written for some places. I've done media, obviously. I'm here doing it. But you're in a deadline business, A. B, you have to make a profit. C, you have to decide what people want to read. That's a lot of responsibility. How do you stay in touch with that?
Well, I learned early on in my career that you put out, first and foremost, a great editorial product,
Mm-hmm.
the content, and then everything else will follow. The readers will follow, the advertisers will follow, because they know the credibility of the magazine. They know it's not pay to play. It's not just writing about who it advertises with you. So that's our mantra. First and foremost, put out a great editorial magazine. We invest in our reporters and our editorial staff. We invest in the quality of the magazine, the paper, the circulation, and then everything else falls into place.
Well, as this has fallen into place after COVID, how did COVID treat you? It had to be a rough time. I mean, sponsors were...
Yeah, of course it was. But we didn't have any live events to speak of in 2020. And that's a big revenue source for the magazine, our live events. In addition to the Best of Westchester, another big event that we put on every year is our Wine and Food Festival.
Of course.
At the Kensico Dam, mostly. And that's typically in June. This year, as you very well know, the budgeting process, you start way in advance. We started budgeting last September of 2020 for this year. And we put in live events into the budget, not knowing what this year was going to look like. And as you also know, you start planning these events, 9 months out, 12 months out. And, for example, the Best of Westchester party, we start, promoting it. We start planning it in January, and that was before, vaccinations were out.
Yeah. That's, boy, you're really going out on a limb there, too.
Yeah.
You don't know if it's going to happen.
Right.
And, I know you call it a party, but it's so much more than that. It's like an outdoor, indoor ball. It's it's the most extravagant event I ever cover. And I've covered a lot of different things. I've covered Trump events when he was up here and things like that. But it's the most extravagant event. Did you think when you all started this, did you think it would evolve into this, to this degree?
We started out real small. We started out in the county center.
Okay.
21 years ago, that was our first Best of Westchester party. And we've been at Glen Island for many years now. And the truth is, there's not a bigger venue in Westchester to host this.
No, you got, and it has to be indoor and outdoor. We're in a tent right now, and well, I don't want to let you go. I want to also, if you were partners, you want to recognize you work closely with a number of different organizations here in Westchester, from the Business Council. Partners are important. Tell us a little bit about that.
Absolutely. One of our main partners and sponsors of the evening is Manhattan Beer, which provides and distributes Heineken as well as Blue Moon.
Then you'll be glad to know they were our first interview tonight.
Oh, thank you. And as I always like to say, you can't have a party without Heineken and Blue Moon. So, they're an invaluable partner. We have BMW, which is right in front of us here. Beautiful selection of cars, a great partner. And the list just goes on and on. Leros Limo from Point to Point has been involved with us from the very beginning, and they provide the shuttles from carrying people from down below up to the actual venue, so people don't have to walk or schlep, as they like to say. It takes, as I like to say, it takes a county to put this together.
Well said. Well, I have to tell you, all of us at Westchester Talk Radio, we wish you continued success. We wish you continued successful events like this. It is always a pleasure, and it's wonderful to be partners with you. Thank you so very much.
Likewise.
Continue
Thank you,
good
Bob.
luck. And thank you very much for being on Westchester Talk Radio.
And thank you, Shark Creative. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. Again, I'm Bob Marone for Shark Creative. They produce Westchester Talk Radio. We even create screams. We'll be back after this.